In this video, we're going to go over how to do a North Carolina vital records information search. So come down to northcarolinapublicrecords.org. So there are multiple uses for locating vital information. Somebody could be looking for, say, an actual certificate, and that's only available to the person that the certificate belongs to, maybe their parents, maybe some legal representative of theirs. It's not available to the public, but the public can still access some of this information depending on what it is. So, for example, if you when you're on a front page here, let's say you need genealogy resources. Let's say you're doing a family history search. So vital records are a key tool for this type of research. So we have a link for that in here, but let's go to the actual page here. We actually created, for the most sought after record, there's a specific page with more detailed information. So what you have here is if you do need a certificate, and it could be anything from birth certificates to marriage certificates, death certificates, divorce judgments, things like that. You have access to that at the state level and at the county level. So depending on if you actually need the real thing for your that's certified and official, you can find that information here. If for anybody else that's just looking for information, say genealogy, or you just want to find out, let's say, if somebody was divorced, you can still find this information. You might not be able to request any official documents or certificates, but you could technically, because everything goes through the court, you could technically use the courts to look up a lot of these records and find this information using public resources. So what we also have an option here for is there's a private database here. Now you could just go to your local court house and do research and find out if somebody has any kind of records available like that, but you can also use an online search, and this is a private database here. It pulls records from multiple resources, not just North Carolina. It goes outside the state. So it pulls records from, it uses public records, court records, property records, financial information, cell phone records. They have really interesting tools where you can figure out their previous addresses, things like that. So previous locations, and so that's what's so neat. If you are trying to, let's say you're dating somebody and you want to know, have they ever gotten a divorce, and you check your county, you go to the courthouse and there's nothing there, don't necessarily assume that person didn't move to North Carolina a couple of years ago, and maybe there's a divorce in Texas somewhere or in Florida. And so what this gives you an opportunity to do is to get that bird's eye view. See if there's any records coming out of maybe a different state, or just find out what the previous addresses were and then go to that state and do a state-specific search there. So it's a good idea to use both tools together. It gives you it lets you cover more bases and make sure nothing is missed. So once again, North Carolina publicrecords.org. Come on down and get started on your North Carolina vital records information check.